Hey guys, I am so excited to be with you today because this was really slapped together, I can assure you. But it was one of those things that so let me back up. So like around October 17th or October 18th, I announced this, and I didn't announce it like separately. It was just part of my flash briefing that I always do daily, like with the news. And I had mentioned this Facebook group chat and went on with the news. And then started playing with it yesterday. Actually saw Sandra Santorino playing with this, with the chat feature. And mostly what I thought was this is going to be super annoying because, and I'm going to break down exactly what this is, but the reason that I wanted to go live to share this with you is because this is definitely more important than you might think. And it's easy to sort of brush this off as just another one of the chats that Facebook has. But no, this is not just another chat. So the bottom line is that Facebook groups, if you have a Facebook group, if you are administering a Facebook group, then you are trying to create community. That is the whole point, okay? And when I saw this in action and played with this, I thought, oh boy, like as much as I want to be like, okay, stop it, Facebook and everybody else, like stop throwing new stuff at us because it's one more thing I got to learn. It's one more thing I've got to feel bad about not doing on a regular basis. Can I get an amen? Believe me, I'm a digital marketing strategist. I love this stuff. And I also hate this stuff because it's like, it's one more thing I've got to add to my courses and teach you. And although I love doing that, I am mindful of the fact that all this new stuff really can be a headache for people. But the thing is, what I'm going to show you is I think you're going to love, okay? I don't think this is going to be a burden on you. And in fact, I think you really are going to like what I have to show you. So first, what in the heck am I talking about? Let me share my screen and show you. And let me just do... Okay, so here we are in my free Facebook group, The Front Row. And if you look over here to the left, you will see chats, okay? So when I click on chats, you'll notice that you can create a group chat right here, and then it says chats can be seen and joined by anyone in the front row. And I can invite anybody who is my friend, I can invite them to this group right here. Okay, so I've got 462 friends in this room. They will get a direct notification message from me. I want to say right here and now, do not do that. I would say, let me get my mug in here so I can like be a little bit more social. And let me scoot that maybe over here. So I would say, let's not do that. There might be a few situations when you want to do that, but I can tell you that's going to get old really fast. And my biggest concern about this feature was, okay, we're going to start a group chat. We all know what it's like when someone adds us to a text message, like a regular SMS, or to any kind of like messenger, Facebook Messenger, whatever, WhatsApp, any kind of group chat. What happens is you get added without your permission. Then every time somebody sends a thumbs up or a smiley face or whatever, your phone is like ding, 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 ding. And then you're like, do I leave the group where everybody gets notified that you left the group and you feel like a big jerk? Or you mute it, and then you have to worry that they assume that you saw something and they may have called something to your attention, and then it looks like you ignored it or forgot it or whatever. So those were my initial feelings about this, and I thought this is just not good. No bueno, okay? But in actuality, it's pretty cool if we use this strategically, okay? And I'm going to show you what I mean by strategically. I think I've already got a chat started, so I think the best thing to do is is to first sort of show you what it looks like and then tell you some of the use case scenarios that I have come up with and that I think will be a good way to use it, and also some words of caution for you about this. So let me go to discussion. And by the way, we are going to do a demo. So if you want to, hi Kiki, if you want to be a part of this demo, and be on camera, then by all means, join the chat. So if you go into Front Row VIP, Front Row, the big Front Row, which is, my Facebook group, and hold on, it's here. Oh, you just go to chats, duh. And I guess joined. So do I not have any existing chats here? Let me just check something. Let me go to Front Row VIP. This is the paid group. And let's go to chats here. Okay. So chats can be found that you already have going underneath the chats tab. Okay. So now, so we can view the chat. So let's click view. All right. So this is the chat. Now, right here, this is the really exciting thing I want to show you. What you're looking at right here is a video chat that I have with a few members at 2 a.m. This morning inside of Messenger. And it's much better than you might think. In fact, it's a bit mind-blowing. Let's see what this is. I can close this chat down so this will make it disappear, and I can give feedback or report it if it was inappropriate. Okay. So this chat is still going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into it, and I'd like to make it bigger. I like it when it's real big. Options. Okay, so look at these options right here. You could change the color of your chat, give it a nickname, and in fact, let's just set one up. I'm going to go into Front Row so you guys can join it if you want to, and we're just going to start that way. If nobody joins, then I can't demo the camera. Then we'll go back over to VIP because I know I have some people standing by over there who said they would play with us. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to go over to chats, and I am going to create a group chat. Now, check this out. I'm going to name this chat, I'll name it what it is. We are live now and demoing this new feature. Please feel free to join us. Okay. Then you can add a photo. So this is interesting. So I'm sure that the photo that I just created for this live stream is not going to fit. It really probably needs to be a square, but let me just go ahead and see if that will. There it is. Oh, it kind of did. So we'll see what that looks like on your end. I don't know. Okay. Now again, I can add people. It says only members of the Front Row can join this chat, and I could start adding people into this chat right here, and I have to add at least one. So I see that Kiki is here. So Kiki, I'm adding you. You don't have to participate, but I'm going to add you. And of course, you can leave anytime you want. And then I'm also going to add Nika. And then I'm going to click Create. Okay, so there it is, and then it pops up right here. And any of you who go to the Front Row right now, you should be able to see this and join. Because what I want to demonstrate next is the reason why I'm here today. So Kiki's in there. She just gave me a thumbs up. Now, it's early for many people, I know, but if you don't mind going on camera, I would love some people to join who are okay going on camera. So we are in the front row. If you guys could join us, that would be great. But what I want you to see is, in fact, I'm just going to do this from mobile, since I'm using my camera over here. And actually on desktop, I am not seeing the option to use your camera on desktop. So that might be why I didn't discover this until 2 a.m. because I was on my phone at that time. No, I did go. Here it is. Here's the camera. Okay, I was on my laptop last night. All right, now I'm going to click the camera and send photos and videos. No, that's not it. Hold on a minute. Now it's saying take video, but I don't want to take video. I don't want video. I want to be live chatting. So I'm going to do it from my phone because I don't know why that's not happening. That's like Geraldo going to open up Al Capone's safe. Remember that? Geraldo's my neighbor, by the way. Okay. Let me find the chat. Front row. Chats. There it is. All right, there's the thing on my phone. I don't know why. All right, so I'm going to go live. And in the chat, hey, you guys. All right, so hopefully you can. All right, I've got other people jumping in, but you guys cannot see it in the little bubble on your computer. Hi, Marianne. Are you seeing this on your desktop or on? Are you seeing? So everybody's on your phone. This is so cute. All right. All right, let me see join. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm joining it by, now I'm on desktop. That was very interesting. Okay, I am going to mute my phone. Okay, great. Stay here, guys. Okay. Joining it by, now I'm on desktop. That was very interesting. Okay. Can you mute me? I'm going to mute myself. Okay, mute. Great. Stay here, guys. Okay. Now I'm on desktop. That was very interesting. Okay. I need to mute myself. Mute me? I'm going to mute myself. Okay, great. Okay, this is so distracting because I'm going to have to take off my headphones because that's very distracting for a moment while I demonstrate this. So guess how many people we can have in this chat. We can have, and also I could change the view to grid view like this. I could see all the people who are here by scrolling across the bottom. And I can do this. I don't know what happened to me. Am I still here? Okay. So yep. Anyway, you can have 50 people, 50 people in this chat room. Okay. And it's really unbelievable. And as people start to get added, it would be so nice if people jumped in right now so you guys could see. But as people get added, it's crazy how clear the picture is and how easy it is to use this. And in just a second, I am now looking at the person on my left, Nika, who is in the Philippines, all the way across the world. And beside her is Marion, who is in Amsterdam. And clear as a bell. And we're just sitting here talking to each other. So I am going to hang up this call, you guys. Oh, by the way, though, I want to show one feature while we're here. I could click add group members, and I could just go ahead and click on them, and it would ring them, and they would come. And you want to use that sparingly. So I'm going to hang up this call. Goodbye. Thank you for playing. And I'm going to rate that as good and click submit. Okay, so let's talk now about the use case scenarios for these group chats. So the bottom line of building a Facebook group is building community and building a relationship so that people know, like, and trust you, right? And this is what I discovered last night. So when we jumped into this call, most of us, we were all in our, we were talking with Bridget, who's in Australia, so it was 4 p.m. her time. But the rest of us were in our pajamas, and we were in bed, and we had our laptops, and we were talking. And, there was just this immediate feeling of connection. But you're busy, and you don't have time to be jumping into these random video chats. So as a group owner, this is what I suggest. First of all, you can do a launch Q&A. So let me give you a scenario. So right now, one of my good friends is having a very big launch, and like most of us do, she started a pop-up group for her launch, a pop-up Facebook group for her launch, which if you don't know what that is, that's like if you were in my social media summer camp Q&A pop-up group, you know what I'm talking about. But it's basically a temporary group for about a week or two before your carts close and before carts open, and during the launch, before, during, and at the end of your launch, where you're just giving value, answering questions, and really getting everybody excited about your upcoming program, okay? Now, what do we do when we do that? Whether it's a pop-up group or our regular group, we do our song and dance. Look how fabulous. Today I'm going to talk about this, and tomorrow I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to teach you, and I'm going to help you, and all these things, and it's great. But it is really pretty one-sided because you, like I'm doing right now, are talking at people. And while I can see your comments and we can interact in that way, there is absolutely no substitution for the face-to-face. So you tell me if you have ever been to, think about a retreat or a conference that you've been to lately. You probably have developed some very long-lasting relationships. In fact, Marion, who just popped up in the group, like we met in San Diego, and we've been, tight ever since. We have a connection that could never be just from online only. It's the same with the people who we meet face to face with when we do video chat. It's real, like it's a real face-to-face connection. So what I propose is that if you're doing a launch, and you have a pop-up group, which I recommend, this should be built in a little bit into your launch. So I think going live like this and teaching and doing demonstrations and all that kind of stuff is really super important. But I think that you could also do, like, towards the end when your cart is about to close, and you notice that we gave that chat a title. So I would give the chat a title like, ask me anything about Front Row VIP, right? Like, ask me anything that you want. And people, they will see it in the group, especially right now because this is a new feature. So when you do this, people are seeing it, and you could tell me because you're in the group right now. So you could tell me, did you see this notification pop up? And I think that that's enough. I don't think you need to start inviting all your members and stuff, right? Like, they'll see it. Then they can choose whether or not they are interested in it. They join it. They can also subscribe to that chat. Okay. So it's on them. So they join because on their own volition, you announce it, you definitely promote it, which, by the way, you have a link. You get a link from this chat. So you can now brand the chat with the topic, and you can send it out wherever you send your links. ManyChat, email, social media, all the places. And literally they just click on the link and bam, they are inside that chat. And it's as easy. You saw how easy it was for everybody to come on camera. Now, so you've got 20 people in the room, let's say, and because you've promoted it, unlike what I just did. Like I just launched this live stream, minutes ago, and didn't really lead up to it, but I could have built this up to be something so that there would have been a bunch of people in the room. Once that happens, you are really having a party. There is just nothing more fun than getting a group of, in our case, it always tends to be ladies, but just getting a group of people who are all sort of kind of interested in the same thing. And can you imagine the energy? So they've watched my friend dance her tush off, like blow them away with her brilliance. They're really impressed. They know she knows her stuff. But now it's that final push. It's cart close. Like what's going to really tip them over the edge? It's the community and it's the energy. So when they come in that group and you have this very interactive face-to-face conversation, no live stream can match that at that point. Now, so that's going to be less about teaching and demonstrating and more about, I think, having a Q&A. So I was very excited about the potential for that. The other thing is, so that was a launch Q&A, sort of like ask me anything about the program kind of a Q&A. And also it would have a beginning and an end, like you would close that and whatnot. I would say any Q&A. So if you are a person who does theme weeks, theme months inside your group, or you're teaching something particular or whatever, you can have a Q&A about anything, about your subject matter expertise. You could do that once a week. And yeah, you could do that in Loom, but this is different because this is so easy. No one has to commit to anything. They just click. They just click wherever they are and they are there. Okay. Cause it's super easy. Facebook has made it so easy. You can put freebies and opt-ins. Okay, so get this. So let's say you decide to have a Q&A. Let me think about something that I have coming up. Okay, so I'm doing this promotion for Ready, Set, Graham. It's a really good starter course, Instagram starter course, and I'm an affiliate for Sue Zimmerman. And so I've already sent out a couple of emails. I'm going to do the live stream with her. The webinar is on Wednesday, but I could do a Q&A like before, like what are your questions before this webinar? I want to know, cause maybe you can't make it and maybe I want to make sure that your questions get answered by Sue. I could do that. Or after the fact, I could come in and say, what are your questions? And at that point, I can give you a link. I could give you a link to, a freebie, an opt-in, whatever, the sales page, or that's not a good example. Let's say we're back to the launch, and let's say I am launching Social Media Summer Camp, and we're still in the middle of launch, and I want to get everybody's email address who's in my group, in my Facebook group. So I'm going to say I've got this step-by-step ultimate social media field guide. If you guys want it, let me know. Not if you guys want it, let me know. Here's the link if you want it. The link, of course, takes them to a landing page, so I can actually get the opt-in in the chat. The other thing is if you have theme days in your group, for example, right here in the front row, we have, on Thursdays, we talk about the books that we're reading. How fun would it be if, you had a short chat, you had coffee together, you had tea together, whatever, and you talked about your favorite books in that chat. That could be great. Not every day of the week with every theme, but even like Taco Tuesdays could turn into a tech chat, where people just pop on and you have a discussion and you give it a brief timeline. Sort of think of, it's like Twitter chats with faces and voices come to life. Let's see here. This is something that I'm excited about. You could use this, I'm always talking about surprising and delighting your customers and your clients. And I want to make sure I'm hearing lots of dings, and I just want to make sure that you can still hear me and see me and nothing really weird is going on. But, okay. So I'm always talking about surprising and delighting your members. Well, imagine this. So people join your group, and ideally you have a day when you let all your members in. I try to do that on Friday, okay? So every Friday, you're going to welcome all your new members into the group. And now I haven't completely thought this through yet because I don't want to annoy my new members with a bunch of notifications. I don't think I want to add them to the chat. What I think I can do is create the welcome new members chat, okay? Then get the link. And then where I normally welcome them in the post, place the link to the chat and say, at 1 p.m., we're going to have an orientation or a welcome or whatever. Now, let me ask you this question. You have just sat face to face and had a 30-minute real human chat with your 9 new members to your group. Do you think that you are just going to become do you think you're just going to drown out and become some other group in the world, in the sea of Facebook groups. Heck no, you are now a real person. You have now become a real part of their lives. Now, the fact also remains that you might get these people in an orientation or a video chat and realize that you don't like them and they don't like you. I mean, and that's good also, right? Because if they're not a good fit, then, they're wasting time and money by being in there, and they're also wasting your time and money by being in there. So it's a win. So I am definitely going to be experimenting with this and turning this into an article for Social Media Examiner. I gotta mess with it a little bit more, but I think that's going to be a super use of these chats. Okay, so I said 50 people on audio. You could have 250 people in the chat at one time. I mean, audio or video, 50, but 250 overall. Now, how many, like if you have 50 in video, does that mean you could have 200 in just text only? I don't know. Probably not going to ever know. Never going to push it quite to those limits, I wouldn't imagine. What else? Okay, orientation, I said that. You can workshop any assignments that are given. So these are workshops. You could set up chats that would be little breakout workshops for people to get together, little opportunities for them to network with each other, or to have like a mixer, or to workshop. So let's say you do a vision board workshop. Like, yeah, it would be better over in Zoom. Like, I know that. But this would be a maybe a precursor to a vision board workshop that you do over in Zoom. But you could just have people workshop stuff. I don't know what. Like, I just discovered this at 2 a.m., so just bear with me. Okay. What else? Oh, this one. Okay, imagine this, group owner. So many of you with groups are moving to have a paid membership group, okay? And getting video testimonials is really crucial. I mean, any testimonials are crucial, but video testimonials are really great. I'm thinking that now these recordings do not save. That's something that I was going to get to more towards the end, but you should know that when you have a video chat in the group, it doesn't save to the group, which is kind of a good thing. You don't want to think about like that you're meeting with a bunch of people and every word you said is going to live there forever for everybody to scrutinize. So you don't have to worry about that. But you could absolutely, with permission, you could get like 3 of your best students into a room and use ScreenFlow and just have a fun chat and ask them questions, and then edit it later. To be, more what you need it to be. But it's so easy for them. Hey, I'm here. Can you pop in? Right? Instead of like, let me schedule you and here's my Calendly link and all that. Like, it's all about easy. It really is. The easier things are for everyone, the better they are for everyone. Let's see. Quick feedback. So, one of the people I was testing this with last night, I think it's Janet. Janet said, I can see this being very useful for quick feedback. So think about all the times you're planning, maybe you're planning a retreat. Maybe you're planning, a new product, a new whatever, and your group, you could have a quick brainstorming session about something they want, and you will hear it directly from their mouths. Oh my God. This is so good that I can't even really stand it. I mentioned that you could share a link to your chat everywhere. And then my words of caution are just this. And let me see. Let me just see real quick. I came over here and got so excited, I forgot to see what your comments were. Usually I can see the comments here on Ecamm. So I'm going to look in a minute. Okay, so let me just catch up with where you guys are. Okay, but you can also use it as an online classroom. You absolutely could. You can't share your screen, but maybe you can. Maybe you can. We didn't try that. Let's see here. And Christy says this is a live video chat function, right in groups or an app. So it's right in groups. And when this is over, you can watch the replay where I demoed. But when you go into your Facebook group or any Facebook group, look over to the left, you'll see a little tab. that says chats. And when you click in that, you can, this leads me to my words of caution. Click in the chat. You'll see the chat. You can make it video, audio, or text only. You can share GIFs and everything. Okay. But here's the thing. In any group, you could technically, in the front row, start your own video chat. It's not just the owner of the group. Anybody in your group can start a chat. So I would say you need to go ahead and think about how that's going to look for you. Are you okay with that? Or do you want to set some rules? My guess is you want to set some rules. And I was talking to somebody last night and they're like, oh Lord, oh my goodness, this is going to be a disaster. It's not. Think about when live streaming came out. Group owners, like in groups, group owners everywhere freaked out. Like, oh my God, people are going to be like live streaming in my group and I don't want that. Nobody did. I can't even think of one time when somebody just like, maybe a couple of times just to like introduce themselves, but nothing like jumping in a live stream to like be salesy or obnoxious or anything like that. It was just a case of the people not knowing. So I think it's going to be the same with these chats. I think people have manners, generally speaking, and they're not going to be obnoxious. But it's always good to have a rule so that when it does happen, you can point to the rule and say, hey, not sure if you saw this, but, we only allow chats on certain days, or I'm the only one who can start a chat, or whatever it is that you want your rule to be. Okay. Oh, Chrissy, you're so welcome. It's just, and I really sort of stumbled my way into the explanation anyway, so I'm glad to be able to explain it again. I'm not seeing the comments that are coming in. Like I got a notification from Elizabeth. There it is. So I think, I can't tell if you're inside the chat. Yeah, you're inside the chat. So people are talking inside the chat that I have over at VIP and talking about this. And Elizabeth says, I'm curious to know your thoughts on how it can be used. Well, she's not watching right now, so I need to tell her I'm live. I'm live now. Whoops. I'm live in group now. Please come and watch. Okay, I should have shared my link to this live into the chat if I was thinking. That's what I would have done. So the words of caution are, make sure every single time, this is what I'm going to do. Much like when you send out ManyChat and you say, you can unsubscribe at any time by typing stop. Let people know that if they're part of the chat, show them where they could turn off notifications. Let's just do that. Let's just do that now. So let me find the settings. Here we go. All right. So you can see right here, oopsie, I didn't mean to do that. You can see right here, and you guys, the answer to your problems and solutions or answers to your questions is 95% always located in the cogwheel. You probably know that, but I just want to say that. So here you can change the color of the chat. You can give people nicknames in the chat, which is kind of funny. And you can add people here, and you can look at who is in the chat by clicking members, and you can mute the conversation here, okay? And you can ignore messages here, and you can leave the group here. So it would be worth it, I think, to create a screenshot, and each and every time you go live, okay, I don't want to do that. I just want to see what that looked like. Each and every time you go live or you open up a chat, you are going to put that screenshot in there and say, hey, just wanted to let you know that you will receive notifications while you're in here. If you don't want them, you can ignore them or you can leave the group, and people will appreciate that. Because that is really the problem, isn't it? It's like we don't need another distraction. So if not used with intention, this could get out of hand really, really quickly. But if used strategically and with intention, in the ways that I just mentioned, for launches, for orientations, for just building really spectacular, like a whole other level of community building, I think that. I think it's going to really pay off big time, but I could be wrong, and I am going to keep you posted on that. So let me see if I'm going to ask these folks if do you guys want to be on TV on the live stream? Maybe I'll bring them on. We'll do it one more time. So you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. How did we do that before? I mean, because they won't be on camera if they don't want to be on camera. Oh, I know what I did. All right, hold on. Okay, you guys, can you see me? Join right here. All right, Marion joined again. There's, okay, so let me show you guys. Hold on. I got to get it big. There we go, join. Okay, you guys are on my live stream, just so you know. So you're live here in the chat, but I'm also live streaming in the group and in both groups and on my Facebook business page. So let me share my screen. All right, Marion joined again. There's, okay, so let me show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so this is what it looks like with 6 people in the group. I have to take this off because I'm hearing the feedback come through there and I can't deal with it. So you're live here in the So anyway, this is what it looks like with 6 people in the group. You can see how clear, how amazing this is. And I imagine, and then if I click the grid thing up there, I can make like one person on spotlight and make everybody else like little. Hi, Rachel. Okay, so this is what and then like I can do like this. And I would imagine, so you can have 50 people. You can, nice filter, Dee Dee, which that's a whole other point I didn't mention, that you can use all the fun filters in here. So I imagine that as people join, you know, the little thumbnails get smaller and smaller. But if you need someone to be big, you just click on it and then they're big. And for those of you in the chat, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if there's a little icon in the top right-hand corner of the screen that will allow you to change your viewpoint, like in Zoom, the way that they have gallery view. So I'm going to exit this chat now, but I want you guys to watch this live stream because it answers all the questions that you were asking in the group, and I think you're going to be so excited when you hear how I want you to use this strategically. There are some great strategies for group owners and for people launching. So that's it. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to end this chat right now by clicking on the red end call button. Okay, give it 5 stars, submit, and come back to you all. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to peruse the comments, see if we have any questions, and I'll let you go. I'll let you get back to your day. I have a Girl Scout who needs to get to Girl Scouts. Okay. All right. I am so sorry if you're, hold on, let me just look here real quick. Hi, Hortensia. Nancy, okay, watching. She's watching. Hi, Helen, who's watching. And, okay, that wraps it up. Have a wonderful Saturday. Let me know if you try this, if you like it. And if you joined us late, do watch the replay because I want you to hear about the use case scenarios and I want to hear your thoughts on that. See you later. Oh, wait, I'm going to play my outro.